Hello guys, so welcome to your channel Travel with Meg, and today we are going to only speak about the PhD students. But even though you are bachelor or master students, I will suggest you to go through this video so that you can have an idea, because here PhD is not like a study, but it's like a job, it's like a work that you're going to do. So there are many benefits that you're going to achieve that, and everything we are going to cover in this video. And don't forget to subscribe the channel Travel with Meg. The first and the difficult task will be to exactly find a university for you, because you will have some project in your mind. So see what your project is and try to look the university which is doing work related to your interest field. So PhD in foreign countries than our country like India and Pakistan and Bangladesh or the Asian countries, it has a different meaning. For us, PhD in my country like in India, it's like you're a student and you're working, you're not getting anything, okay? But here, if you are a PhD student, you are basically working on something. So first thing which comes is you will be getting a monthly stipend. Yes, exactly how you can apply for PhD programs here in Italy. So there are two ways to do that. First, you have to wait for the application process to be open. Process may vary from university to university. Mostly the deadline will be September or October. Once you have identified your university, now you know you can see when the application is going to open. But the second way is you can also directly email to the professor, and just don't write a plain email to them. Try to add your research proposal, and it might happen that he will be very interested in what you are doing. Now your questions will be, university will giving you PhD, not the professor, okay? Here is your mistake. Why? Because the funding that comes to the university, of course, but to that professor. So basically the professor has the right to decide who will be working under him or her. What are the documents you need? You need your CV. Now, not just a CV. In CV, try to include any thesis that you have done in your previous time or any surveys that you have done. So, but how you will exactly mention into your resume? Like I did to research, so I mentioned this to research in this order, in this way. Okay. Now, second document will be, of course, your all the educational previous documents, the degrees and everything will be there. The transcript of records will be there. Very important document is your research proposal. Okay. Now, this is a confusing part. Most of the cases it will be the topic will be already given and you have to prepare the research proposal as per that. But it might happen that they will just give you a broad picture. Like example, they might give you just a marketing, or they give you management or sustainable development. Okay, under that you can decide your topic, or in the call it will be mentioned on which topic you have to write a research proposal. Applying for PhD won't be an easy task, because you have to write every new proposal for applying to each university. So different proposal for different universities. So that's it. These were the documents that you need to apply for PhD in any university. It goes like that. Then what will be the process? So first you will submit your application. They will see your application. Then they will call you for an interview. So basically you have to wait 1 or 2 months when the list will be published. Then you have to go for the interview. You have to be very confident on the research proposal and what is in your mind, all the techniques that you will use or the tools that you will use. One trick here is to see in that university which professor are working on that particular topic. So it will be much more easier for you if you go through those topics, and please read more in research papers published by those professors in that particular university, so you will have an idea and the level of the techniques for data collection and what software they are using for data interpretations and how they are exactly writing the conclusion. Okay, so these things you should know. So there are a number of websites, because each professor here in the university, they put in their website what are the papers that they're working on and what the papers they have already published. Okay, I just go through them. It's nothing like too much hard. Okay, now let's come to the money part, the tuition fees part. Tuition fees will range €400 to €4,000. The same benefits which other students are getting in other degree programs like scholarship programs, same will be for you also. There will be different scholarship programs for you. They will also mention how much salary or how much remuneration they are going to give you for doing this PhD course. You will receive 1,000 euro, 1,200 euros or 800 euros, and you might also receive some kind of accommodations and free meal benefits. That's it. So these were all the details about the PhD programs. Still, if you have any doubt, then you can just put me in the comment and I will be more than happy to reply you all. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much guys for watching Travel with Meg, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. We have crossed 10,000 subscribers, more we have to achieve. And also do read my blogs on www.travelwithmeg.com. And I know these things will be complex and everything to do by yourself, so if you're not confident enough to do everything by yourself, so you can also take consultancy services from the Lingua consultancies. You can find in the descriptions their contact number and you can directly contact with them. I will be also giving some counseling sessions to you and your family. Thank you so much once again for watching Travel with Meg. Till the time, bye bye, ciao ciao.